Okay, welcome to session 0 of the Lost Continent. Um, this will be session 0 with LevelZero and his character Bum. So, your journey starts up in the north in the country of Yarma. And after a long day of work, adventuring, you're heading home and you're about to walk in the door when you hear a loud, blood-curdling scream coming just down the road from where just came from. What do you do?
I'm going to drop what I'm carrying and head in that direction.
As you head in that direction towards the sound of the scream, you hear the screaming get louder, and it sounds almost like a woman, a high-pitched, girly scream is coming from right in front of you. And as you approach the fork in the road leading from the capital city of Yarma to Bekta, you see a caravan. You can go ahead and move forward.
Okay.
And as
Oh.
you walk forward into the clearing, you see a battle going on. You see a dead guardsman in armor with an arrow through his helmet, and behind him is a giant woman with deep violet hair, and surrounding her are what looks to be a noble based on his clothing, and another guard and a holy knight. But also surrounding them are a pack of goblins led by a hobgoblin leader. They don't notice you at first, but they are closing in on the group in front of you. What would you like to do?
So they have not noticed me?
They have not noticed you yet. Their backs are all turned towards you, and they're focused only on the group in front of them.
Okay, then the one that's close to me, can I throw a spear at it?
Yes. Go ahead and make a roll.
Okay, and then I go here. I do this. That is not a good roll. I got a 10.
As you launch the spear, it sails past the goblin that you're targeting's
wait.
head.
Would that
Yes?
be with advantage because they can't see
Yes,
me?
it would be with advantage.
So I'll roll it again then. That's a 20.
That's a 20. As you hurl your spear towards the goblin, it impales his head, and the force of your throw sends the goblin flying back past the rest of the goblins, and he is dead, 100% dead. The other goblins and the hobgoblin turn to you, as well as the giant woman and the surviving knights and noble, and they growl at you, raise their swords, and begin to attack. So let me add these to combat, and then you can if you write, yeah, you're added.
Yup. That's cool. I like this stuff.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll for initiative. I think I added everyone. A 22. I think you are going first. Okay. Go ahead and take your turn. You are first.
Okay. I'm going to to here, plus 10 to here, and then I'm going to move in between these two.
Okay.
And then I'm going to attack the one above me. Or first I'm going to rage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to attack the one above me with my great axe.
Okay.
That is a 16.
That does indeed hit.
Alright, so that is a 16 plus 2 from raging, so 18 damage.
You lop the goblin's head clean off with that powerful strike. He is dead.
Okay, and then I end my turn.
The goblin in the back who had seemed to have shot the guard that's now dead behind you, takes aim at you and shoots his short bow. Does a 20 hit?
Yes.
Okay, you are going to take... You're going to take 3 points of damage.
Okay, and then that would be piercing damage, so it's resisted, so rounds up to 2 still, I guess.
It rounds down to 1.
Oh, does it?
We'll do rounding down.
It's better for me. Although I guess it's also better for enemies, but...
Okay. Next would be... the goblin that's right next to you sees you lop off his friend's head, and he gets angry and decides to take a swing at you. Does a 18 hit?
Yes.
Okay. You will take 6 points of damage of slashing damage.
So that is also resisted, so that goes down to 3.
Okay. I think I applied it to you.
Yeah, but it's applying twice because I also did it for the first one, so I should be at 11 right now.
Okay. Yeah, I will try and do the applying.
Okay, I'll just let you do it then.
Yes. The goblin warrior next to the hobgoblin takes a swing at the other guardsman. Over here. And as he swings at the guardsman, it's just light enough that it doesn't break through his iron armor, and it doesn't deal any damage to him. The giant lady with the deep purple hair walks forward next to you and punches the goblin that was next to you. Just balls up her fist and reaches back and strikes. And She hits for 5 points of damage against the goblin. As he gets hit, he's reeling, and his face is almost crushed in, and his blood is starting to gush from his nose and his mouth, and his eyes are swollen. The hobgoblin warrior, the leader of this pact, roars a guttural yell at everyone in the vicinity, and he moves towards the noble and the other guardsmen, and he makes an attack against the guardsmen. And that is going to be he takes a swing, but unfortunately the guardsman saw him moving past him and was able to turn to the side, and the hobgoblin warrior just missed barely the guardsman's back. The knight yells, "Queen, you must be safe. You mustn't go forward," as he rushes up next to her and attacks the goblin that she had just punched. And as he strikes the goblin, he locks its legs off, and you just see it crumple to the ground. Unable to stand, bleeding profusely, it will be dead within seconds. "My queen, you must stay back," he tells the giant purple-haired lady. And he tries to drag her away, but she is strong-willed, to say the least, and doesn't budge. The noble, at this point, screams again, and it's the same girlish scream you heard from earlier, not coming from the giant woman, but rather from this scared, helpless aristocrat. And he tries to run away, but as he does, the hobgoblin leader takes a strike at him. And he hits for 8 points of damage, and the noble screams out again in pain and terror as he's now crumpled to the ground, trying to crawl away in fear. He's still alive, but just barely. And he continues to crawl, leaving a bloody trail behind him as the hobgoblin leader snickers at him and makes a cutting his throat sign with his thumb up to his neck. It is now your turn.
I am going to move to help the guard. And I'm going to target the hobgoblin.
Okay.
So that is a 19 to hit.
And it does hit.
So that is 14 damage thanks to my +2 from rage.
Describe how you kill the hobgoblin leader.
I'm going to, seeing that the ones around me are dead, and that the knight is there to take care of this seemingly important lady, I'll see that her guard is surrounded by 2 enemies, rush over, and determine that the hobgoblin is the bigger threat as he's the leader. So I will, upon getting over there immediately, just swing my axe down on his head and cleave it in two.
You do so, and he just drops to the floor. His head splayed in half from your great axe swing.
Then
Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I'm going to move around to try and get closer. While staying near the other one, I'm going to try and get closer to the archer as well, and then end my turn there.
The goblin that had shot you with the arrow sees you just on a warpath, destroying his comrades, and decides to run in fear and runs away.
What a bitch.
The other goblin that you're next to decides to take this chance and attack you. Does a 19 hit?
Yep.
Okay. You are going to take 4 points of damage, but you have resistance, right? To slashing?
I have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing.
So you will take 2 damage. 2 points of damage.
I mean, I don't think they would, but it is only non-magical versions of those, so if they somehow had a magic weapon, it would ignore that, but...
They do not have a magic weapon.
Okay.
The queen comes up and again with her fist just decks the goblin, or at least she attempts to, and she got a nat 20 as she punches the goblin that had attacked you. Her fist goes straight through its skull, coming up the backside of his head, and she throws him down to the ground. He is now dead. And that ends our combat. Hold on. Okay, let me clear. As she's wiping the blood off her fist using the goblin's clothing as a rag, she turns to you and says, "Who are you? We thank you for what you did, but we did not need your help."
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt if this was something you had a handle on. It just looked a little dangerous to me, so I thought I'd help. My name is Bhum, and I'm an adventurer who lives around here, so I heard I assume your screams, and so I ran over as quick as I could to see if you needed help, but...
Ha! The Queen of Bekta does not scream. It was that good-for-nothing noble down there who swore to protect me as I traveled to Yarma. But all he was good for is alerting others, it seems. Well, He was supposed to be our guide to Yarma and its capital city of Nahal. But since you are here and he is worthless, would you be willing to help us get to Nahal?
Yeah, I would be willing to do that.
See, we were at this crossroads, and our driver, who has hidden underneath the carriage and just reappeared, said that we needed to go right, but this sniveling, snot-nosed noble over here said we needed to go left. And that's why we had stopped, and that's when the goblins had attacked us. So, good sir, if you are from around here, you surely must know which way Nahal is. Can you point us in the right direction, and would you mind accompanying us into the city?
Oh, I go to the city all the time. That's where the Adventurers Guild is that I work for. So yeah, it's your driver was correct. It's a right turn, and then that'll take you right to it.
Ah, perfect. Well, we will get on our way. Would you like to accompany us as she moves towards the carriage?
Yeah, I'll go with you. I have some business in the city anyway.
And as she gets in the carriage with her guard and her knight and you, the noble has crawled back slowly, still bleeding, and says, "But your highness, what about me? You can't just leave me here." And the queen says, "If you had not screamed, you would be in here, but this carriage only seats four. And as you can see, our new friend has taken the fourth slot. So you can crawl your way back to Bekta or Nahal or wherever it is you deign, but do not show your face in my court again." And with that, they start to head off into the direction of Nahal. As she calmed down and everyone is loosening up from the tension of the fight, she notices that you are wounded slightly, and she offers to bandage up your wounds for you.
I mean, if you want to, that's fine. I'd be all right though. It's no big deal.
It's only fair that we take care of those that have helped the queen in her time of need. Even though we did not ask you to, you selflessly jumped in to help us. Even though we did not need it, you still helped. So it's the least I can do is to help you with your wounds and bandage you up. You you said you were part of the Adventurers Guild in Yarma, in the hall. Uh, we are actually on our way there looking for other adventurers for a expedition. Do you would you want to help? Seeing how you performed on the battlefield against those goblins, you certainly seem like a worthy combatant.
Depends what kind of adventure you're talking about. Bekta's a little far away from where me and my party usually go, but if it's a good job, yeah, we'd probably be able to do it.
Well, I won't lie to you, this is not a good job. It is more like a suicide mission. Do you remember about 4 years ago when the expedition team left for the Lost Continent?
I remember it like it was yesterday. My mentor went on the expedition.
Oh, and who was that? She asked.
That was Grimblegrove. I was his research assistant, basically. And when they needed a researcher on their mission, he volunteered to go, and so he left, and that's when I picked up adventuring work. Um, but yeah, if there's any chance of finding out what happened to them, I would definitely want to go.
Ah, a friend of Brantlin Grimblegrove, eh? Me and him are very, very close friends. He is such a hoot and a half, especially when he's going on about his herbology stuff. Did you know he named a flower after me?
Wow, that's pretty incredible.
Yeah, a violet rose. I've only ever seen it in his gardens, and he named it a Glindari rose after me, and I was just the sweetest thing. And he's so cute. He just likes to ride on my shoulder sometimes. Does he ever do that with you?
He did sometimes when he needed to reach high places in the lab and stuff. You know, he would ride on my shoulders and pick out what he wanted.
Well, any friend of Bramlin is a friend of the Queen, and we would most definitely like to have you as part of our expedition team. Um, we plan on shipping out in about 3 months' time. So, are you able to make it to Bekta in time?
Oh, that's perfect. I have a few jobs that I've accepted, but I can finish those up and then head down and be there in time.
Perfect. Let me give you this. And she reaches into a pouch um in her cloak and pulls out a folded letter with the seal of the Kingdom of Bekta on it. And she says, once you reach Bekta, go to the main castle and give this to the guards, and they will take you to meet me and the rest of the expedition team that we have gathered. We'll see you in like 3 months' time then.
Okay, sounds great.
And as you guys are moving towards Nahal, the capital city of Yarma, you can see it slowly getting larger in the distance, and you exchange stories of Bramlin Grimblegrove and talk about your adventures and stuff. And you come to learn that her name is Glindari, the Queen of Bekta, and she's been on a mission to gather able-bodied and smart individuals to help on the second expedition team. And as you reach Nahal, you point her to the Adventurers Guild there, and she waves to you goodbye, and you start on your way back home. And this is where we will end our session 0.
All right.